Hello there, and welcome to tonight's edition of Nightshift, coming to you from our beautiful studios in Agislateus on the wonderful island of Corfu, Greece. And if you're wondering why I stumbled there, it's been a very blustery day today, and I'm afraid the wind's blown my little grey cells away, so I do apologise about that. But anyway, you are watching Thursday night's edition of Nightshift, and I'm very lucky to be joined in the studio tonight, as always, by Wayne. Hello, Wayne.
Hello, Adrian. How are you today?
I'm very well, but a little bit windswept.
Yes, aren't we all, mate? Aren't we all? Hello, Thomas. How are you this evening?
Hello everybody, fine, all good, a little bit windy like Adrian said, but still beautiful day.
What a beautiful day, yeah?
Yeah, all
great
good,
for ducks.
I'm happy, great for ducks. Yeah. Perfect, yeah, great for ducks.
The sea was very choppy today though. I wouldn't have wanted to have been out on a small boat today.
No, they were very choppy.
Terrifying, I should think.
Yeah, amazing, but still dramatic and wonderful.
Absolutely, yes, you really feel the weather here.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
But actually, I must say, thank you, Wayne, for giving us that warning last night, because it was certainly very handy for me.
Yes. Well, I mean, we'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, definitely very windy.
Yeah. Thomas, how was your day today?
My day was brilliant. I done all my chores. I took care of my zoo.
Yes.
I cooked. I nearly cleaned, but I ran out of time. A beautiful, nice day, windy, a little bit rainy, but this is what you expect.
As I said, dramatic. It was dramatic.
Nice.
Yeah.
But the colours, huh?
Oh, they're always amazing. And the colours in the sea was lovely shades of green today. Marvellous array of different greens.
Nice.
Unfortunately, not the normal blues, but hey-ho, doesn't matter, makes a change.
Exactly. So,
guys, where we go on?
I'm going to kick off with the usual local news. So, first of all, the municipality has warned about the strong winds and to look out for falling branches. Because of the adverse weather and stuff, then be careful and look out for those branches falling into the roads and everywhere, really,
absolutely.
To be honest.
And on the roofs of cars. We saw a few on our way home last night, actually.
Oh, did you?
We did indeed.
Wow. Okay. And regards to that, the open ferry boats are not going to be sailing because of the adverse weather conditions between Corfu and
Igoumenitsa.
What he said.
So all the open ferries are...
Igoumenitsa, yeah, there we go.
So due to the weather again.
Yes,
due
to the
weather. We got an image here. If we just hold it up quickly, it's from Enimerossi. So that's the local island newspaper, Enimerossi. If you want to know anything what's happening on this island, you want to update yourself, go on to www.enimerossi.com. The guys have also an English section.
They do, yes.
Yeah.
Which is very useful.
What is very useful. But the first what you said about the falling trees, that's definitely a good warning. Because this happens on a regular basis.
Yes, it started off about 2:30 in the morning, to be honest. I know, I was still up. Sort of a night owl. But it definitely started kicking in in last night. This morning, should I say.
The winds picked nicely
really
up.
Did, yeah.
It's nice and dramatic, and when you look at the east coast compared to the west coast, how choppy the sea is over here on the west.
Yes. Very choppy, Thomas.
Oh, it's a thing. So I'm not surprised the open ferries cancelled all their trips.
Probably a wise precaution, actually.
Yeah. And then...
sorry, carry on.
Sorry, no.
Carry on,
I was driving on. Some sad news, really. There was a man missing who was 84 years old from Left Kimi. And an 8-man team from the Special Search and Rescue Unit was sent out to try and find this man. And following a widespread search, they did find him in a steep and almost inaccessible area of the countryside, but unfortunately he was not alive.
Oh dear.
Which is very, very sad.
Very sad. I want to send our condolences to the family.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not nice. But the rescue teams here are fantastic. Yeah?
Yes.
If you take any from the fire department to the ambulance to the mountain rescue,
there
to
was
the cliff rescue, Coast Guards,
I was going to say that the fire service and the police were involved, plus this, as I say, this special search and rescue unit.
Oh, that's good to know they have such a thing. I mean, following on from what Thomas said, the fire brigade here are amazing. Well, of course, the police, all the services are, but I think the fire brigade, just amazing what they have to do some years with the terrible fires they have had here. I remember going through one a few years back, and it was unbelievable. It was like Armageddon. But they managed ever so well. It could have engulfed half the island, actually. But they really, it was horrific. But they really did a fantastic job, and they are very brave guys and girls.
Absolutely. Our hats off to them.
Absolutely.
Good. A big shout out to the guys. Thank you,
firemen and ladies.
Thank you.
Excellent. Cool. This was the first bit, weather warning for the open ferry. Second, a little bit of a sad news. But we move on. Local news. Take it away next. We get a very important visitor coming now for local news.
Oh, yes.
We can't forget to mention that, guys.
No, we can't, no. So the Prime Minister of Greece is coming to Corfu next week?
Next week?
Yes, Tsipras.
4th and 5th of December, I believe.
4th and 5th of December.
But with half the government as well, apparently.
With half of his government as well. So Tsipras comes here, and that has all to do with the development
conference I believe so.
Held in Corfu town, 4th and 5th.
Yeah.
With half of the Greek government plus the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
That should be interesting.
It certainly should. Wouldn't it be lovely if they could spare a little bit of time to pop on down here and have a talk to us?
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yes, we ought to invite them. It'd be very nice to see them all.
So, I mean,
that would be exciting.
Yes, very exciting.
Of course.
Your Prime Minister. Wow.
Or just someone from the government to talk a little bit, about what development they're talking about, what's going on, what they try to do, what they're planning, what is priority for them. And would be a nice update would be not just for us here, I think for everybody on the island.
Well, absolutely.
Yes, it would, yeah.
And this is a wonderful way that he could and his government could communicate to the people.
He could, yeah.
Definitely.
We'd do a special for them, just specially for them, wouldn't we?
We would. I have to say, though, he's got a very hard job, hasn't he?
Very hard. Yeah. And he took over at the worst possible time. People, I suppose he's a bit like Marmite. You either love him or hate him. And it's not right for me as an outsider to comment on the Greek Prime Minister. But from an outsider's point of view, I think under the circumstances, he's done a pretty good job to keep everything together. So I'd actually quite like to meet the chap. Genuinely like to meet Alexis Tsipras. So if you're listening, please join us, Mr. Sir.
Sir. Yeah.
Sir. Well, he is the Prime Minister.
I suppose, yeah. Do you have to doff your cap or anything?
That'll be trouble. I don't often wear one.
Okay. But I just, I mean, you don't have to bow or anything like that.
No, but I might do
a very relaxed.
I might do a fancy
He's a very relaxed guy, isn't he?
Yes, he
seems so. From the first, he didn't have an easy job. He took over. No. It was quite a mess.
Very much so.
So having the courage to say, okay, I want to get my country out of the situation it's in now.
Yeah.
And the first sign he's shown, he's not wearing a tie.
That's right.
That?
Oh yes, I have noticed that actually.
Yeah, he's not wearing a tie. And do you know exactly why?
No, but that's an interesting point. I'm glad you're going to tell us in a minute. I would say go further, Thomas. I think he's the only European leader that never wears a tie.
Yeah. Who tries to be for the people, with the people. That's it's a little bit less business-like. It's a little bit more,
a little
like.
Yes, casual.
If you can say casual Prime Minister who is
it's nice.
Well, in which case he'd fit in quite well here because we're tieless in the studio here, so he wouldn't feel lost, would he?
No, he wouldn't. No, that's true.
Yeah, and that was not him who, when he got sworn in as Prime Minister, who rejected the ceremony from the Orthodox Church.
I think you might be right there, Thomas.
I think it was he. He did. Well, normally it's tradition here, that the Orthodox Church, of course, swears the Prime Minister in and sends him, on a good way and wishes him all best, and he did not like, obviously, this ceremony, so he did not have that one.
Wow. Okay.
Have that one. So sorry. Yeah.
I can sympathise with that line of thought. I'm not very good on ceremony myself.
I mean, surely that must have rubbed a few people's
of course it did.
Up a little bit.
Yeah, of course it did. But in the end of the day, he's the Prime Minister, so
yeah. It's up to him, I suppose. Yeah.
It's your kind of personal life. If he says, okay, this is how I want to portray myself to the public, fair call to him.
Yeah, fair call.
Definitely. Excellent. And that was the visit about Tsipras next week, 4th and 5th. Yeah.
Yes,
Corfu
4th
down
and
with
5th.
half of the government.
Half the government are coming here as well.
I see how all love this island. They were all queuing when Tsipras said, "Hey, we go and have this conference in Corfu and see on that." Like, Corfu, they all signed up, man. Yeah, I think it's brilliant.
They probably did, yeah.
Yeah, probably did. Okay, guys. But as Adrian said, we would love to talk to him or with
We all
someone
would
of his
actually.
delegation.
Yes, you'd be very welcome. Or anyone from the delegation, as you say.
Exactly.
Yes,
That'd
totally.
be great.
Would be for sure. Yeah, would be something nice. Okay, that's all from local news.
Yes, it is.
So any more updates? No. Just stay safe out there with
Stay safe. Yeah,
fallen
definitely.
trees. What happens often here? I saw this a couple of times, and in fact, I think we saw when it happened here in the village over a month ago.
Yes,
This
we did. Yes.
thunderstorm went through, and in the middle of the road, the branch of these three big branch.
It was a
too,
big branch as well. Yes, it
Yeah.
was a big branch.
And how quick were these cleared up?
Incredible.
Very quickly. Yeah, very quickly.
Within minutes.
Oh, there was only one other thing which we spoke about the airport.
The airport, quickly something is going on.
Yes,
Exactly. Yeah.
apparently figures come out today that they're going to be spending €450 million to be spent on the airport.
Really?
Improving
Wow.
the whole area, the whole airport, everything.
Yeah.
That's a big development, son. Great.
So I mean that was a follow up from
Couple
I said
of days
about,
ago.
Frauenport extending the airport with a new terminal and a new car park. So an extra 10,000 square meters
Wonderful.
of airport. Fabulous.
Excellent. Of course, we will keep you up to date. What's
Just
going
thinking more
on?
to get
you know?
lost in. Or lose your bag in.
Or lose your bag
Actually,
in, yeah.
Corfu Airport's one of my favourite airports. It's a fabulous little airport.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say little, I don't mean that to be demeaning,
No,
but
no,
it's
no.
a smaller airport compared to some of the giant international ones. But, there's something special about it, I think.
Definitely.
Hey, excellent. Okay, and that brings us to the end of the local news.
Yes.
So, quick, guys, stay safe out there. As we'll get a little bit choppy.
A little bit.
So, yeah. So, but it's nice, it's makes the whole living here on the island more interesting.
Yeah. It's a good day to fly a kite.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Adrian. Thank you.
Right, well, I don't know about that. I think I'd lose mine. Tonight's world news comes from two places. One is in the United Kingdom, to be precise, Wales, which is still in the United Kingdom, just, I think.
Yucky dog.
And oh, thank you. Yes, indeed, to you too. It's from a place called Pont for Dog, which is near Wrexham. And it's a story about drones, sort of, but also rural broadband. A lot of people in England and Wales and Scotland moan about rural broadband connections, slow speeds and the like. But to be fair to the telecommunications companies, it is a bit of a nightmare, laying cables and very expensive and all the rest of it when you've only got perhaps one or two houses. Well, anyway, in this lovely little area called Port for Dog, there's 20 happy households celebrating tonight because at long last they've got their high-speed internet connection
Fabulous.
put in thanks to a drone. Now, they didn't use the drone to lift the heavy cable up because it can't do that.
No.
But cleverly, the drone lifted a very strong fishing line into the air between 2 points that went above the tree canopy because that's the biggest problem, trees against the line and all the rest of it.
Yep.
And then they used something like a draw rope, which was secured at one end to the heavy-duty fibre optic cable, which then was pulled along the route that the drone had taken. And the most amazing thing that stands out to me, well, there's two things. One is that the whole thing took just less than 1 hour
That's
to do.
cool.
It is amazing, isn't it?
You couldn't do that.
No, well, that's what they said.
That's extraordinary.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
And the other amazing thing is the speed. Oh, I wish I had this speed, I have to say. No offence to Cosmote, because they're a great telecom company, but I have to say, a little bit envious with this speed. They're going to get speeds of up to 1 gig BPS.
Wow.
No, that sounds a lot to me.
That is a lot.
That would be beautiful.
That
huh?
would be amazing.
Oh no, making us jealous.
Stop making us jealous.
There was 100 metres worth of line involved.
All right, okay. So it's not.
I suppose not too bad.
That's not too bad, but yeah.
But it could be very handy for these little hamlets that are dotted all over the UK.
Yeah, that's.
And indeed, possibly here in Corfu. Might come in handy.
It might do. That's a really good idea, though, isn't it?
It is, and there's a very positive news story for drones, because we do hear a lot of negative stories about them, but that's a really good use for a drone, which, funnily enough, brings me to the second story, because that's also about drones. Here's another shout going out for drones. This one comes from Brazil, however, but there is a real reason why I am reporting this little story, because I think it does have some interesting relevance to this wonderful island here in Corfu, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. But this is a story that also shows that wasps can actually be rather a good thing. Now, most people have asked me the question, what good is a wasp? Well, I'm just about to give you one good reason for a wasp. Some time ago, in the year 2000 to be precise, there were a couple of Brazilian very clever scientists, and they set up an eco company, which is still going and doing very well, employing 65 people. And they used the laboratory, to breed insects to be used as a natural pesticide alternative to crop spraying with chemicals. Now, the scientists here say that this scheme brings more equilibrium to the countryside and removes the threat posed to the farm workers and the land itself from the chemicals. They're also, as scientists, very worried about the evolution of the resistance that the bugs and grubs have to chemicals, sprays and things like that. Their big breakthrough, however, came in the year 2008 when they started breeding thousands of little tiny wasps called, forgive me if I get this wrong, Trichogramma wasp. And it just so happens, luckily, they love to eat and feast on caterpillars and other bugs and things. Now, these scientists weren't able to gain export licenses for the wasps themselves because other countries are worried about invasive species and all the rest of it. So they had the clever idea of exporting the eggs.
Yes.
And the eggs are hatched in these like plastic aquarium type things, and it's a very tricky business to get the eggs out. I think they use sticky fabric strips.
Yeah.
But they have to be sterilised before they go, and they are extremely perishable. And would you believe they're exported to the United States, Canada, Germany, Italy, Spain, and Israel. In Brazil, they use drones to spray the crops with these wasps, which will then, once on the crops, will get into and eat all the nasty bugs on the crops indeed.
Well, that's good.
So it's very good. It sounds great to me. This is all part of a worldwide market in what they call biocontrol. And just to show you how it's grown, in 1999 it was worth a total of $100 million. But this year, 2016-17, it's worth an estimated $4 billion.
That's a lot.
It certainly
That's a
is.
big jump as well.
Yes. And in case you're wondering, right this minute, almost as we're talking, there are some eggs on their way to Canada. And each 2 kilograms of eggs of wasps costs, if you want to buy some, $10,000. But the thought occurred to me, and the reason I say this is because in the summer I was talking to a lovely Greek person who was telling me about the trouble they have with bugs on the olive trees here. And there are various means of eradicating them. A lot of people spray and use all sorts of things. But there are some people here on the island who are passionately organic, and they believe in these larvae of wasps and things. So they put them on the trees, and hopefully the wasp larvae will eat the other stuff, the bugs.
So is it the same wasp that they're doing in Brazil?
I'm not sure about that. I don't know. I understand that it's quite a wide variety of wasp.
Okay.
This small, tiny one.
My concern is that you're introducing an alien species into an environment.
Well, that's very true. I wonder whether they're just cleverly getting around the law, because the law just states that it's wasps and it doesn't say anything about eggs. I don't know. But the point is, surely if it was seriously bad, a country like the United States and Canada are quite hot on these things. Would they let such, if they had such concerns, would they import such eggs?
I don't know. But that would be my only concern, is that you're introducing a different species into a natural environment.
Very true.
You're doing it for a good reason, to use as a biological pesticide.
Yeah.
But when that species then flourishes itself, because it will flourish, I mean, what kind of impact is that going to have on the local environment and ecosystem?
Well, these are good questions. I think you might have to put them on a postcard and send them to these two chaps in Sao Paulo in Brazil. I'm sure they're going to furnish you with a full answer. Very sadly, my little brain can't give you those answers. But I have to say, they're very serious questions you raise. But
No. I mean, I agree
surely-
that it's probably a better thing than using pesticides and chemicals.
I think so.
I agree with that.
Marvellous.
But I do just wonder what the impact will have upon the local, as I say, ecosystem.
Yeah, well, it's a very good question. Maybe someone out there who's watching or listening might be able to furnish us with the answer.
I'm pretty sure that, I mean, didn't they introduce, they've introduced things to countries before in an attempt to eradicate a problem of some sort.
And ended up getting a far worse problem.
And
you are
ended
right
up,
there.
That's the kind of thing I
Didn't
mean.
Didn't they do something with mink in England or something? Somebody introduced some mink, or they rescued some mink. I think they meant well. Animal liberation people.
Yes, that happened. Yes,
They raided loads of mink farms,
They
thinking
did,
they
yeah.
were doing a good thing, but they actually ended up doing
a bad thing because
Yes.
the mink then
Exactly.
becomes a predator, which
Exactly.
can't be coped with.
So,
by
it's
other
good that you point that out, Wayne. I mean, on the face of it, it sounds like a good news story, but
No,
maybe one
it
should
is.
be extra cautious, and maybe we need a little bit more information. I'm
Okay.
afraid I'm not scientifically gifted enough to give you that, but I'm quite sure the scientists have been going since 2000 in Brazil. They'd probably tell you.
I know that there is a company that has developed a system for releasing bees that then, as they pollinate, then give an organic pesticide to the plant,
Oh, that sounds good.
which then it's a very easy way, rather than spraying, you use bees.
Yes. Well, I must admit, I was a bit surprised that they were using drones to spray wasps. I mean, it sounds a bit funny, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking that. No, but
Yeah.
it's interesting, the application of drones nowadays.
Exactly.
Yeah, so when they look, we had the first with the broadband cable.
Yes.
Broadband, yeah, fantastic. I mean, it makes it easier,
Mm-hmm.
for sure easier. And now delivery of the bees, so it's pesticide
Yeah.
solution against pesticides. No, I should say.
I'm excited that there is a huge growing market
Oh,
in
I agree.
non-chemical pesticides and all of that.
I
because
agree.
It's been a concern now for many years.
But as I say again, I mean, what will the impact be upon the local
I don't know,
ecosystem?
maybe we'll try and find someone in those countries that I've read out, like Italy, Spain, or Israel, perhaps, or Canada, who has some experience. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Love to hear about your wasp stories, actually.
Yeah, and if any of our viewers have any questions to anything we talking regarding local news, you want any information there about visit of Cyprus, or now what we just spoke about the wasps, or the broadband, the delivery with drones, what I think is brilliant.
I think that's
The
a great
application of drones now, when you think where it started off and where it is going to.
idea. Yeah. And there's which city is it? I think it might be Detroit in America.
The Windy City.
Yeah, they use drones actually to track stray dogs.
Huh.
They have a problem with stray dogs in that particular city because of the downturn in the car industry and everybody losing their jobs and moving on, and therefore there's a lot of people just leave their pets.
Yeah,
And so there's
seems
been
to-
a lot of stray dogs, so they use drones to actually keep track on these stray dogs.
That's great. That's fabulous.
Wow. Yeah, I mean nowadays where we have to have every dog chipped so you can identify the owner.
Yes, you do.
It's the technology, so they probably integrate something on the drone to read that from the air. That would be nice to follow up and see what they do exactly. Because of talking about strays,
Yes.
it's getting worse. It's really getting worse when you look in here on the island now into the Grapevine and other groups.
Yes.
How many posts we've been looking today. Again,
Yeah,
huh?
it was a
Wow.
bit shocking, really.
Yeah.
To me personally, as a dog lover, it's a bit shocking to see so many
It's
stray dogs out there.
But it's extreme. It has never been that extreme. So the animal shelters can't take anymore.
No.
They full. They really dry. So on the Grapevine, a German animal shelter stepped up
Yeah.
to help out now
Oh,
on
good.
the English side. So you see there's collaboration going on, thanks God. But wow, you see all these posts about animals looking for a home, especially stray dogs now. It's frightening. It's really frightening. And sad.
Very sad.
Very sad, yes. Just finally on the story from Brazil.
Yes.
Could this possibly be the only time you've ever heard of a good use for a wasp?
I suppose.
I've never heard of one, and I've only ever heard people moan about wasps and get really quite angry about them.
You don't get angry about them, they're quite annoying.
I've seen people very angry with them, but anyway, no, but they always seem in a negative light.
Yeah.
So I'm quite pleased and happy to report there is one, at least, positive spin on a wasp.
I think they're fascinating creatures. They're really fascinating creatures, but
they are,
I mean, you just don't want to get stung by one, do you? That's the thing.
No, you certainly don't. I had a very unfortunate experience once a long time ago. I was blissfully in slumberland one morning. This is when I was living in England a long, long time ago. And I had a really nasty dream, one of those nightmares. And I dreamt that someone, I don't know why, but someone was stabbing me with a knife in my right ear. Just sort of ear-like.
Okay.
And I woke up thinking that someone was stabbing me with a knife, and do you know what it was? It wasn't. It was a jolly nasty wasp that had got right in the ear and was giving me, hell for leather he was going at. Right in the middle of the ear. I can't begin to tell you how painful that was.
I bet it was painful.
Very nasty.
Blimey.
Yes. Silly me, I then discovered outside, around the corner from the windows upstairs, there was a huge wasp's nest.
Wasp nest, yeah.
Yes. So, be careful of wasps, but just remember they might have their uses.
Different thing altogether, obviously. Bees.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. But you have to have a license in the UK, definitely, to...
You do, yes.
to handle bees.
Yes.
Of any sort.
Here, there's lots of hives, aren't there, Thomas? I notice.
Oh yeah, we have several here, especially when you drive down to our area. You see a few. Actually, it's quite a lot.
There is a lot.
Drive through the countryside here.
I went down a road off the beacon track for some purpose, and I've never been there before, and this is in this area, and I was absolutely staggered. I lost count on just how many hives there were.
But the honey?
The honey.
Wow.
Yes.
Good.
I did notice.
Oh yes. And the honey is superb.
They were around heather. I think I noticed quite a bit of heather. And we know a man nearby, don't we, Thomas, who makes and sells honey on a little stall by the side of the road. Very lovely. He's an artist, actually. And if you catch him in the summer, you can not only buy a jar of honey off him, but you can actually watch him paint. He does all these oil paintings on easels. It's great. Yes, it is. All local stuff, no food miles.
That's good. That's
no
good.
food miles.
Yeah. So, do you know what the collective name for a load of hives is?
I know, I don't, and I was going to ask you that question because I know that there is a name.
Apiary.
Oh, well done, Wayne. Thank you.
Wow. Good.
Got an apiary.
Good one.
I know this. I did an interview with a guy, and I was surrounded by about 300,000 bees.
Cool.
Ooh,
which
nice.
was extraordinary. It was. I know. Luckily, I was suited up.
Yeah, jolly good.
Yeah.
You got a picture?
No, unfortunately, no.
See, no picture. We have to repeat this whole process here next year.
Okay, I don't mind. Actually, I really like bees. Actually, but it was extraordinary watching. Just watching. What he did was he took the queen out of the hive, and obviously, once the queen comes out, then everybody, all the bees come out. Yeah, they do. And
follow my leader, kind of thing.
Yeah, and then he put the queen bee back down again. She went back into the hive, and everybody followed her back in. They keep her warm. That's why you see a swarm.
Yes.
In the middle of a swarm, if you see a swarm on a branch or something, there's a queen bee in the middle, which is usually a queen that's been kicked out of the hive because her sisters would
usurped her position, perhaps.
Yes, exactly. They basically, when a queen hatches, she goes around and kills all her siblings.
Oh dear.
Oh, excellent, isn't it?
So she's the only one.
Blimey. Bit ruthless,
but
isn't
then
it, the bee world?
some get away. You see, that's the thing. So then they go and form another hive somewhere else.
Okay.
That's why you get a swarm.
Very useful piece of information. Thank you very much.
That's all right.
Cool. So it's nothing to do with the cell block C.
No, it's not cell block H. No.
All right.
Cell block C.
Cell block C.
That's one couple of miles down the road.
Yeah.
Cell block C.
Right. Okay. Cool. Now what interests the delivery of wasps in to get the best under control. So it's.
Do you know about
okay.
the delivery of beavers into North America?
What?
They had there was a point at one point there was a shortage of beavers within a national park. I can't remember which national park it was, but they delivered beavers by parachute.
Good grief!
In wooden boxes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
This is after, I think it was after the Second World War, something like that. Quite close to that kind of time. But they delivered these beavers in boxes.
And did it work out?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Wow.
I know somebody asked, how did the beavers get out of the boxes?
I was just thinking that. That's exactly what I was thinking.
The boxes were wooden.
Yeah, so they sort of smashed on the ground.
It's just like, it's just normal for the beaver to get out of a wooden thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So they're all safe. No beavers hurt in the making of the parachute drop.
Absolutely.
No beavers got it. Oh, no.
But parachute dropped into a national park, but it's easy. It was the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, who would have thought of that? Very ingenious. Good for them.
Yeah. Sorry. I digress.
Okay, now I'm just listening, guys.
Any more little
parachuting beavers?
Yes, wonderful concept.
We're nearly done the globe. A few more stories around the world and we've done it. Okay, that's everything on world news.
Yes.
For tonight, Thomas.
For tonight, we leave it. No, do we come back to this beautiful island and see what's going on here?
Yes.
Yeah, let's
Absolutely.
talk about a little bit about Corfu. And there where we kick off. Give me a second. And the first thing, of course, we have to mention. Yeah. Because we plan to mention this every evening.
There's a surprise.
Yeah, every night shift we're going to plug that because that's for a good course, guys.
It is.
That's the Traveler's Guide to 50 Corfu Villages, the history of 50 Corfu Villages, with excellent pictures. I looked through a couple of things with excellent pictures, perfect description on there. So if you guys think of coming on Corfu or you're on Corfu already, go on to www.corfuvillages.eu. The copy, if I'm right now, I think he sent me in pound, but it's pound or in euro. It's £9.95. I think it's in pound.
In pounds,
it's in pound, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's £9.95. Ordered online, and it's a fantastic book. All the proceeds. Yeah, every penny he wrote to us.
Yes.
Every penny from that book goes to charities.
I think that's
Children's
wonderful.
home, animals, and old people's homes.
I think that's wonderful. Yeah.
Fantastic idea. I mean, coming here, taking the time. I know he's here every year for 5-6 months or maybe longer. He will correct us in April when he comes and visits us in the studio. But coming here and put a project together like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then supporting, and I think it's necessary.
Yeah,
He done
definitely.
this. He invested a lot of time. Well done, Steve. So once more for people, if you're interested in buying this book and help the unfortunate people, you can say. Can I say
Yes.
that? Yeah, brilliantly. Is the Travel Guides to 50 Corfu Villages by Steve Ford. Go on to www.corfuvillages.eu. A copy costs £9.95, and every penny from that is going to charities. Okay, that's that one. Let's move on with our Q&A.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, about Corfu. We had some good questions yesterday.
We
did,
absolutely did.
Yeah.
Definitely some good questions. So thank you everybody for sending us the questions in. If you have more questions or you want to take part in one of our discussions we have here, don't hesitate. Go on to Skype. Username is StudioKerkyra or write to nightshift@studiokerkyra.com. Okay, let's kick off with the first one. And this is coming from the UK, from Tim Bayliss, asking yesterday late after the show. So I told him we will answer this today. We will try to find out. Do the ticks carry Lyme disease on this island?
Well, I wouldn't say I was an authority on ticks, but I would say, and I have read this, that ticks can be found very widespread across the globe, particularly in areas where there's sheep grazing, possibly goats. I know that they've had a lot of problems in the United Kingdom recently with ticks. I lived on a common in Shropshire, and there were quite a few ticks there. There was also a case in point in the news a few years ago with the pop star Avril Lavigne. Lavigne, I beg her pardon. She got very ill with Lyme's disease from walking her dog. I think that was somewhere in North America. But to answer the gentleman's question, Yes, I think it's possible that you could get ticks, but there's two things you can do. Try and avoid sheep-infested areas, if you like. Keep away from the sheep, although they're lovely woolly creatures, of course. The other thing is, though, I remember people telling me from the past, is to make sure that your trousers and socks are all together so you haven't got any naked bare flesh down by the feet, for instance. I think that's probably your best bet, Tim.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm here now for 5 years, and as you guys know, I walk a lot around. Nature of what we're doing, we're moving a lot. So
Yes,
there's into the botanic, out of the botanic, forward back. I have to say, I have to knock wood probably, but I have not had one yet on myself.
Touch wood quickly.
My dogs, yes.
Yes.
But for a long time, the last 2 years I haven't taken any out. Before that, yes. So it seems to be a time where there's more ticks and there's less ticks.
That could very well be so.
That's one of the things. But no, generally I had it with my dogs, but personally I had none. The last 5 years, none. And we're walking really a lot around on the island. We're really moving a lot.
I think we could probably safely say there'd be no more ticks here than anywhere else where you'd find sheep.
I suppose, yeah.
Definitely. Okay, I hope, Tim, this answered your question. If there's any more information, we will let him know. So,
yeah.
Of course. Excellent. What brings us on to the next one? Panieris, village festivals.
Hey.
When are they? When is the best time to come and visit one? So it's the summer, isn't it?
Yes, I believe so,
summer.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the summer. It's July. They start off slowly, and then they go into August. And in August, you really have one after another.
Each village has a panieri, is that right?
Each village has a panieri.
Yes.
Yeah. They celebrate. Well, this year we were all together here in Ayers Madeus.
We were.
That's right.
As example, a beautiful panieri. Yeah. Now, when you can
huge as well, wasn't it?
Oh, big.
That was massive.
Yeah, massive, and gone on for quite a while. But this is the food again, no? When you go panieri, is the music, is the food, is the drink.
Oh, we're talking about food again.
I know.
But that's not our fault. No, it's the question. But no, it's for sure worth visiting.
Yes.
Keep your eyes open. The hotel should know where there is some on. Otherwise, if you're just out and about, ask locals.
Yeah.
If you're in a village, ask them. Look at some posters. There's posters all over the place for that in the summer.
They usually advertise them quite well, don't they?
Yes, definitely. And what an experience, eh?
And well, no, I'm just thinking, as and when we get to know of them, we'll let you know.
Yes.
Why not?
Indeed.
We'll just advertise them.
Yeah.
Exactly. So for next season, when you watch the Nightshift in the summer, what will be? I'm looking forward to this one. And everything comes alive more and more for the tourism.
Definitely.
Beautiful. Yeah, no, we will let you know. We keep you up to date. And when you watch us for the summer, when you visit this beautiful island, now you know when we're on. Every day, Monday to Friday from 10 till midnight. We're gonna plug every festival.
Absolutely.
We
Why
can
not?
get our hands on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that mean I get to visit every panieri as well?
I was thinking maybe you can. We send you with the camera, and he brings clips back every day. Another one.
You might not get many clips.
If he brings clips back, could he bring a little sample of what he might have tasted there? Because I
mean like dough balls.
Well, actually, yes, they're lovely, but I was thinking of something else.
You're talking
Actually,
from bringing with. No, you're going with him. You
You're
have to
going
go
with
with
me.
him.
Oh, am I? Oh, excellent. Very nice too. I'm very happy about that.
Fabulous.
Yes, I have to.
What were you thinking then?
Well, I know this is going to offend vegetarians, and I'm terribly sorry, and vegans, but I have to say I have a bit of a penchant for roast lamb, and they do this fabulous lamb on those spit things. Yes, and they don't half taste good. Quaw, blimey, missus, I'll tell you. Oh, I was lucky enough to go to 2 last year, one with Thomas and yourself, and I went to one near Stavros, up a mountain, as it were, and that was great because the whole village come out. There's a sort of party atmosphere, and it reminded me of the Queen's Silver Jubilee year in the United Kingdom, way back, showing my age again, when there were street parties and everybody was out in the street eating, and there were hog roasts and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Well, here, instead of the hog, there was the sheep. Arnie, I believe it's called in Greek, isn't it?
I'm sorry?
Arnie, is that right?
Is that right?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Lamb. I'm talking about the lamb,
So I
man.
thought you were talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger
Yeah,
for
I
a
was
moment.
thinking on Arnie.
Ah,
They have
well,
Arnie on this bit.
We have mini
Arnie on a
mini
stick?
Arnie here. Well, we see Thomas as a little mini Arnie, but it's probably because he's Austrian. But no, there is something slightly Arnie about him beyond being Austrian. But no, I'm thinking of lamb and the Greek word for lamb, and I think it is something like Arnie.
Okay,
Do forgive me if I mispronounce that.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're probably right, and
Yeah.
we have to look into that one too.
There's rather a lot of things we've got to look into here.
Oh, it's okay. It makes the whole thing more interesting. Go on.
Very true.
And
So-
we learn.
Yes, well, we look forward to going to some more panieris, don't we?
Yes, they're great.
the
The one that I went to in Pentati, I mentioned it, I think, the other night,
Yeah.
Oh, so good. See everybody out dancing. That was so nice.
Yes.
Although I can't, I mean...
You can't dance?
Well, no.
You don't do the cha-cha-cha?
I don't do the cha-cha-cha.
No.
I used to do a mean waltz, actually,
Really? Ooh.
and a foxtrot.
And a foxtrot. That's quite exotic.
Many years ago. No, Panieri. The thing is, I mean, it's obviously, Greek dance is done in a circle. Yes? And you think, oh, that's easy. That's easy. It's not.
No, I bet.
It's not, because each song has a different
Step to
it and everything. And I was thinking, oh, I can do that. No, I can't. No, I definitely can't. No, sit back down again, Wayne. Sit back down.
Oh, I got carried
Take the
away.
weight.
Then let's
Yeah,
try
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And,
No.
I reckon there
I
must
started
be.
bumping into people and tripping and oh dear.
I reckon there must be some fabulous Greek lady who'd be able to teach you to dance.
That would be nice.
Shall we throw another challenge out?
No.
No. Okay.
What
Teach
you're
me
trying
to-
to put
He's
a lonely
trying
heart
to do?
coal out.
Well, yes,
Wayne.
well spotted, Thomas. I was actually. I was trying to merge a few things together.
Right.
Yes, you're quite
Oh.
right. I have to stand corrected. Yes, I was. I admit it. I was. Well, you know.
What were you trying to do?
Well, okay, matchmake probably.
Oh, it's matchmaking.
If I'm to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Well, the long, lonely winter evenings are coming, and we all do a bit of company. But no, I'm thinking of the dance actually.
Yeah. I can't dance, obviously.
But you might be able to learn to, perhaps.
Possibly, with a bit of tuition, I suppose.
Exactly, and that's what I'm sort of getting to, sort of inviting some fine dancing instructor out there, preferably a lady, I think, for your good self, who could put you through the moves, show you the exotic moves of the Greek dance world.
Oh,
That'd
he's
be
trying
rather
to
good.
set me up, isn't he? He's
Yeah,
trying to set me up.
Yeah, he's trying. He said this earlier, a few days ago. He said, you know what, he's so alone, I'm feeling for him. Something, we have to do something.
But I have
So-
you. I have you guys.
What a nice thing to say. But, we're not everything. We're only a little bit of life's majesty and wonder.
I
Yeah,
suppose.
but there's a Greek version of blind date in Greece. So maybe
Is there?
we can do there something.
Maybe. Maybe we could organise our own little event here.
Okay, now that's getting dangerous now. That's getting dangerous.
We have a new show.
Exactly, I was thinking that.
Wayne's
yes.
blind date.
Yes,
thanks.
yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. No, see. Well, at least he's thinking of you.
I
no?
know.
So it's
Yes.
brilliant.
I know.
But are you sure they don't have any problems? Come on,
Okay.
Yeah, come on. Man.
Okay, fair enough. Have you seen me lately? I mean, really, come on.
I see you every day. I can't see
I know.
anything wrong, man. Come on. Don't be so hard to yourself.
Okay.
So, if there's anybody who would love to go on a date with Wayne,
Oh.
don't hesitate. Write into nightshift@StudioKerkyra.com. Send us an email or chat live with us here. Or send us a message. We will pass it on to Wayne. We promise. Okay. Okay.
Oh, dear.
That's that done. That's local.
Any more questions and answers? Let's get back to the subject.
Let's get back to panieris. Yeah, panieris are fantastic.
Yes.
If you come on holiday, July, August, early July, I'm not sure, but late July and definitely August.
Definitely
is
August,
a very
yeah.
good time to come. And yeah,
They're amazing. They
visit
are
one
amazing.
of these. Yeah, visit
If
one
you
of
do,
the panieris.
if you
Wow.
do one thing while you're here, while panieris are in, go to a panieri, please.
Yeah.
Don't get put off by anything.
Yeah, so it is
Very
easily
welcoming.
identifiable. If you come anywhere close to a village, you see a lot of cars, a lot of people, a lot of noise, a lot of music. That's a Banieri.
That's a very good explanation of it. Yeah.
So, no, we have to. It's a whole thing. Okay, I'm just okay. Sorry, guys, we're getting messages in
Great.
from different. I have to juggle here around a little bit. But also Banieres is these donut stands, isn't it?
Yes.
Ah, yes, they were nice. Or dough balls, as someone
balls,
correctly
yes.
pointed out last night.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we still don't know how they are cold in Greek. We had all day to find out, and we know.
We
So
must.
if anybody out there, we have to ask now. Maybe somebody sends us in. Anybody
Please,
knows
yeah.
what they are called in Greek? The dough bowls where you get a nice chocolate sauce or honey or caramel
Honey
on
or
top.
sugar.
Yeah.
Don't.
Let us know. I knew it and always forget it. But you know, it's not
Getting
Greek
hungry.
language is not easy, guys. Okay, now I have a look for the other question. Is all over the place at the moment here. But okay, so now I can't find it. But doesn't matter. It's all right. We have the here. Sorry, I knew it was a.
Fab.
Okay, this was another question from Richard. Richard is asking about how is accessible for disabled people, wheelchair and.
Oh, that's
So-
a very good question,
Very good
actually.
question, yeah.
Thank you, Richard.
I'm not best qualified to answer that. I will say, though, that I personally have noticed over the last 2 years many more disabled wheelchair ramps being put in. So I think there is some consideration. Like all things, I think there's room for more improvement. But there are disabled facilities here, and I've seen disabled toilets. Can't remember where, but I definitely have.
Yeah. It's definitely getting better, isn't it?
I think so.
Definitely. When I saw last year, they installed quite a few ramps in Corfu town.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
the old town of Corfu, generally the town is accessible for people on wheelchair. The new pedestrian zone they made is now a much better. Before they were a road a year ago. Now
Yes, that's right. Yes.
it's a pedestrian zone. So and there's coffee shops, restaurants have. So when you look, there is now more disabled signs outside restaurants than it was before.
Yeah.
And for beaches is the same. I mean, we saw it in any beach. I'm just trying to remember which beach this was this summer. I have what is St. George, where I saw the Greeks. They arrived with the car, disabled people in there,
Yeah.
one in a wheelchair, and they had a nice promenade where you can drive along. They were driving along. They had a nice walk together, and they wanted to get further on the beach. And the guys who had the boat hire there and other Greeks there saw that, and all of a sudden they just came and they carried the guys on the wheelchairs closer to the sea.
That's fantastic.
And
fantastic.
stood there with them, had conversations with the guys, and was really so nice to see. There were most people, see a disabled person turn around, they get all shy, they don't want to communicate, they don't want to interact.
Yeah.
I find it's ridiculous. Why not? There's nothing wrong.
No.
Just saying, but these guys, superb. They carried them onto the beach, and it looked like a small little party, But,
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! Well, really, really nice to see. So they're very helpful here.
In
Definitely.
in Ipsos, I think a year or so ago, they changed the lovely path that runs all along the coast with the palm trees. It's a delightful spot, Ipsos.
Yeah.
But they put in ramps, so you would be able to, with a wheelchair, go down the entire promenade, which actually is quite
That's
a long one.
good.
And it is good, yes.
Accessibility for disabled people is very important.
Absolutely. Otherwise, they feel like second-class citizens and cut off from the real rest of the world, and we can't have that.
No, certainly not.
A disability is a very serious thing, and we must never forget that it could happen to any one of us at any time. Car crash or a branch falling through the roof of your house could render you disabled in theory. So I think we do have to be conscious and careful here and encourage disability and mobility as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and when you see all the street works now, renovation works, it's gonna get easier now especially for people in wheelchairs.
Yes, that's right.
Definitely.
Which is good.
Yeah, what is good? What makes me happy? It's another step, in the right direction. Where everybody says, they're all a little bit behind, and they're not. They just through the financial crisis they have. They just have to slow down, take things slower,
Yes.
but they're not forgetting about it. They're just
No.
implementing that step by step.
Yeah.
And there's good facilities for disabled at the airport. I've seen quite a
Yes,
few people come off
definitely,
on special ramps and all the
Yeah.
rest of it. So I think
Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah.
Brand new.
absolutely.
That's
So
good.
I think if you are in a wheelchair, I think you're okay in Corfu as well as anywhere else, possibly better than some places actually.
That's really good.
Definitely. So, excuse me. I hope that answers your question, Richard.
Thank you, Richard.
Yes, thank you.
Brilliant. So, it's brilliant. Makes us very happy. We have a lot of people now taking part,
That's
sending brilliant questions in, and we are more than happy to look into it. If we don't know the answer, we will find the answer for you and broadcast it next day or even post it. But no, thank you for taking part. So, if any more questions, don't hesitate to contact us at nightshift@StudioKerkyra.com. Go on, call us live in. Have a live call in on Skype. Username is StudioKerkyra. Send us a message on Facebook, and we will go through that if we have enough time. If we not get carried away with other things,
Which we can do
We
on
can do,
occasion. On the odd
unfortunately, yeah.
occasion, of
Yeah.
course.
on the odd occasion we have a little. Yeah. But this is all right, you know. This is how do you say? It's the country of debate.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we feel we're in the right place to have a jolly good debate. That's possibly that's the reason why we feel we can get away with it. Talk about just about anything under the sun and express extraordinary opinions on all sorts. We never mean to offend, but we're just trying to actually do that. Yes, debate.
Yeah.
Because I think the art of debating is getting lost somewhat somewhere, isn't it?
Definitely.
Somewhere, yeah.
Definitely, you're right. Definitely, getting lost. People are taking things too serious. You can't tell anybody the truth in their faces anymore without them getting angry.
That's
And
a very
you
good
know,
point, Thomas. Yes.
Criticism should be constructive and not meant personal.
No, a very
that's,
good point. And on that subject, when we were first talking about developing this station here at StudioKerkyra, here in Corfu, the notion of debating was one of the topics we were thinking about, and we were toying with the idea of having a sort of proper debating program called the Forum, which kind of makes sense for Greece. So I think we're going to work more on that one, aren't we, Thomas? And
We
maybe
can work more on that and see
we will create some sort of debating chamber where you, the viewer, can actually come here and debate. A bit like Question Time at home. I promise we won't be like David Dimbleby. No offence to David Dimbleby, but we'll do it in a different style. We'll do it in a different style.
What was the other guy's name? Robin Day.
Oh, he was fabulous with the bow ties.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Mind you, he was a tough cookie, you know.
He was a tough cookie.
He had the ability to decimate prime ministers.
Yeah.
Extraordinary.
A bit like Jeremy Paxman.
Yes, he's full on, isn't he? Yes.
Doesn't let go, does he?
No. I mean, you know, there is a place for that, of course, and I mean, sometimes the interviewee can be a little bit slippery, a little bit slimy, doesn't want to answer the question, and I think you do need a strong pair of hands to crack a nut, as it were. But we don't really want to do that here. We want to try it in a different way. And I think Thomas has got a crucial point here. We don't want to get too personal.
No,
it's your
definitely
views
not.
that we're talking about, not the person behind the views.
No.
No, it's just a good chat.
Yes.
You know? Have a good chat.
Yes.
Everybody of us has a different opinion.
Yeah.
But that's
course
what
we do.
makes it so nice, you know, the diversity. If everybody would think the same, everybody would do the same. How
It'd be
boring
very
would the world
boring.
be, you know?
Well, yes, smacks of something else, that does to me. Totalitarianism, 1984 and all the rest of it.
Oh, Big Brother.
And Big Brother, exactly, yes. And possibly something else from the 1930s. We don't want to go there. But no, let's have a debate over coffee. Why not? Or
Over
tea,
coffee.
if that's your preference.
Coffee? Yes.
Coffee? No, you were right with the first one, coffee. Don't change that.
Well, coffee and tea, Thomas. We've got and chocolate. I think you quite like a chocolate every now and again, don't you? Sneaky chocolate.
Of course. I mean, look at all the chocolate shops here, the bakeries. I mean, fantastic. It's
Sound
really
like Homer Simpson there. Chocolate.
chocolate. Flour pie. But all right, guys. Oh, that's it. Oh, what brilliant questions we got in today. So don't hesitate to send us any more. So at Nightshift, to nightshift@StudioKerkyra.com. And it's nearly time for the break, but I have a special message for everybody out there quickly before we go on to the break. And That is an essential when you visit this island, okay? Well, no, it's true. It's really essential. You want to know more about this island. You want to reminisce, how you say that now? I've got completely thrown off. No, it's okay. Now, it's an essential. You visit the island, you want to know more about the island, that's the book for you. It's a travel guide to 50 Corfu villages, the history to 50 Corfu villages, by Stephen Ford. And you can purchase this book at www.corfuvillages.eu. A copy costs £9.95. And every penny goes to charity. So, and we will keep mentioning that throughout December now.
Yes.
Really
make a nice Christmas present.
Exactly. Makes a
Very
nice.
good idea.
Or as an idea, you want to surprise. Oh, where do I go for holidays this year? No? And you want to surprise your loved one. You say, oh, I go to Corfu. Ah, what a brilliant idea to buy that book, wrap it up, and give it as a present with the ticket for holiday in it.
Oh,
come on.
That'd be good.
Yeah, that would be brilliant.
That'd be amazing.
Okay, guys, and I think that's it for the first part of the show. Any more to say, guys? Anything you want to go on? Before we go on a quick break, we will be back in a couple of minutes. Stay tuned. There is much more to come.
Bye.
See you soon.
And welcome back to a second part of Nightshift. Today, Thursday, 30th of November. Ooh, tomorrow,
1st of December.
Christmas is coming. Lord, I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to that. And to everything what's going to happen here in the village and all over Corfu. So if you guys chose the right time now and make holiday on Corfu, wow, you will be in for a nice surprise. No?
Yes. Absolutely. Christmas is great here.
Oh, it's a fantastic time. I love it.
Love Christmas anyway.
Yes, magical, isn't it?
I'm used to doing panto though. That's the thing.
Oh, the panto times.
Panto, slap the thigh.
It's
behind you.
Oh yes, that one's a good old one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, pantos. Yeah, and we will update the people here anyway because we have a theater coming up in the municipal theater in Corfu, and that's a few shows would start next week.
That's right.
And then throughout December we keep you up to date what's going on in Corfu town. Go in, have a look, join in. It's really fantastic. Mingle with the Greeks a little bit. You've got to have a fantastic time.
Fabulous.
Okay, that's the thing. Okay, on to Adrian's favorite of today, and that's the Daily Moan.
Ooh.
It's not moan, it's just a little bit. We let a little bit of steam off.
Oh, that's a nice way of putting it.
Right.
Yes,
It's
okay.
not
Go on.
crucifying anybody, but it's just the things we have to point out. Every now and then there are things we say, okay, now, do we really have to do that? And today we got something nice.
Have we?
Yeah. And this is the smartphones. Now, when you see everybody who has a smartphone, we spoke about that.
Yes.
Heads down and walk.
Quite
in the
dangerous.
car, on the motorbike.
No.
Unbelievable.
You didn't?
Yes. I saw people sitting on the motorbike driving and texting. In the car,
so
it's anyway,
dangerous.
we're used to that. But what's happening now on the roads at the moment, does people get knocked over by cars or other pedestrians or run into lampposts.
Lampposts, yeah, that's a
lampposts.
favourite.
Oh, it's unbelievable. The injuries related to smartphone risen dramatically over the last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Aid, you said something.
I was going to say, I think in Berlin or Germany, wasn't it?
Yes.
You're not allowed to use a mobile phone whilst crossing a zebra crossing or crossing the road. I believe. Is that right? Or am I getting that muddled up with Hawaii? I think Hawaii, they've actually banned them completely.
Yeah.
Totally banned them. There's something in Germany there, wasn't there?
Yeah, Berlin have put the don't walk sign on the floor.
Yes. So Germany's put the warning signs out, but Hawaii's gone the full Monty, as it were, and made them illegal. I think you can get fines if you're caught in possession of a mobile phone or smartphone whilst you're crossing the road. But Thomas does make a good point there. We do see, not just here, I've seen them all over the place.
Yeah.
In other countries, people do extraordinary things on their mobile phones, and sometimes it can have absolutely tragic consequences. Like, for instance, there was a terrible motorway accident in England a couple of years ago with a lorry driver who just ploughed into the back of this car and killed its occupants. It was a tragic story. So, folks, I mean, I know no one likes rules and regulations and laws so much, and people do moan in England particularly about using their mobile phone whilst driving. Well, why can't I, sort of thing? Well, the reason is it's jolly dangerous, guys.
It is. It takes your concentration from the driving. That's the most important thing, isn't it?
Yes, on that point, it's not just the physical interference of concentration using your fingers or whatever. No. It's the mental interruption. You know, how easy is it to be lost in a jolly conversation you're driving and you're thinking, whatever you're talking about, and in that short time you can be divorced or removed completely from the fact that you are driving a very dangerous, potentially, motor vehicle.
Yes.
That's the problem, I think. I think it confuses the little grey cells. Well, it would me. I certainly wouldn't be able to do it.
No.
No.
I mean, it's just dangerous, full stop, isn't it?
Very dangerous.
I mean, if you're texting or anything like that, or you texting or even, do you know, I mean, I know they have hands-free sets.
They do. But
I still think that's
still
dangerous.
Yes,
because as you say, you can be engrossed in your conversation and then just for a split second. Sorry?
Yeah, you're distracted.
You are distracted,
no?
yes.
You're not with what you're just doing. Yeah. And I mean, when people say, why shouldn't I use it? I mean, use your common sense. No, if I walk, if I drive a vehicle, if it's a car, if it's a motorbike, if it's a bicycle, or if I just walk, it's the same. Use common sense. You have to look at the traffic when you cross the road.
I suppose people would argue that using a hands-free set in a car then is only like having a passenger in the car talking to you at the same time.
Yeah,
I suppose
that hands-free is more manageable because you still got your hands on the steering wheel, you still can look straight on, and but it only takes a split second for something to happen.
That's right.
That's what we all have to realize. And seeing then all the reports now, just by walking, those people got killed because they just stepped off the pavement onto the road without even thinking, and straight into a couple of red buses in London.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's always something. Or do another kind of transport. No? Run into a car, run into a bus, run into a lorry. You know, it's bad. But I got a story from Germany here about that.
Yes.
Someone were using his smartphone, were texting, and were on different social media sites, and were really, his whole mind were on there. And he tried to get into his house. Yeah. So he stood in front of his closed door, tried to open it, but he couldn't because he was so engulfed in his smartphone.
Right.
That he had a trouble to open the door and always got distracted. It took nearly half an hour, and then all of a sudden he got the shock of his life. When 4 police cars turned up and stormed that building.
Oh.
Because it was not his house. He tried to open it was somebody else's house. And
no.
But he was so hooked up on his smartphone, he didn't realize that.
Well, no wonder he didn't get in. Blimey.
Yeah, but it's just you stay there for half an hour. Chatting away on your thing, trying to get into your house. I mean, okay, I want to get in, and then I carry on chatting. But obviously, there was something going on, and he just stopped constantly. They done an interview with him, and he said he had no idea it was 30 minutes. For him, it seemed like a few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, I just finished this on here, and then I tried to open my door. That was his thought. And then all of a sudden, he said from out of nowhere, all these police officers jumped on him, screamed at him. He had no idea what's happening. Until the officer pointed out, I said, okay, it's not your address. You know that? Okay, it's not my house. So I think it's a little bit...
He must have felt a right Charlie on that one.
I suppose he must have done.
I mean, the shock when all 4 police cars with lights, with everything covered, is okay, what's going on? No? Oh, it's for me. But no, it's really dangerous. It's really...
But you do see so many people just with their heads down, smartphone in hand, walking along, and it is.
Run into you, and don't care, just walk on. There's nothing, there's no response.
Nothing at all, no response or any reaction or anything like that. And it's dangerous.
It's kind of divorce from reality, perhaps.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
I suppose if you're really engrossed in what you're doing, then...
Yes.
But it's ridiculous, don't you think? That we are so disconnected from each other, but then connected on social media.
Exactly. That's weird.
Isn't that strange?
It's weird. Yeah. It is the socializing, the outdoor socializing somehow is suffering. So it's not online socializing. Okay, we have the online world and we have the real world. We have the virtual world and the real world. And I know a personal experience, Kaya as example, for her internet development and everything. She lives more in the virtual world than she lives in the reality. No. There's nothing bad. No. This is your job when you think. You just have to see, okay, there's 2 worlds.
Yes. It's
the virtual and it's the reality here.
Yeah.
And that's nowadays, and some people can't make a difference anymore. It's a bad. I don't know if it's a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's all new technology. 21st century. We involving. No?
Yes, I mean, I'm not so sure that the mobile phone won't actually at one point become extinct, and you'll have something else in place of it. So
highly likely.
I mean, the watches were tried out, haven't they? They've been tried.
Yeah, but they were really
not very good.
They're not really taking off.
Makes you look like Dick Tracy.
Yeah, probably. It looks a little bit funny when you go and see. Hi, honey, how are you?
Yeah, like, it's a bit strange, isn't it? Like, oh, hello.
Talking into my watch now. No?
But then again, I mean, watching the first people with their Bluetooth devices
in their ears.
Ooh,
yeah.
That was a bit
Good
strange.
point.
Walking down the street, talking to themselves, and
Talking to
doing all the
themselves.
hand movements, and wondering what the heck's going
what's
on.
going on there? That's strange. But I mean, what's going to be the next development, though? I suppose they were trying the glasses.
Yes, the Google Glasses, what they're trying to.
Yeah.
And that
I
got
know
all quiet.
Snapchat tried to bring their own version out, haven't
Which
they?
they've lost a lot of money on, yes.
Did they lose a lot of money on
they
that?
They have done. I
Oh
think they're
dear.
still doing them. But it took off greatly at first, but I think the sales growth figures have declined somewhat recently.
But surely that's going to be even worse than a smartphone, isn't it?
One would think so.
Because you're going to have things right in front of your eyes
Yeah,
all the
heads
time.
Heads-up displays and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, HUD.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. That's going to be weird. That'd be really strange.
I think it will be strange. Strange, it's it's the future, it's developing. So where it takes us, nobody really knows. But when you see all the technology they have in development now, and we get so a little bit of a glimpse what could come in the future, I think it's quite interesting.
Oh, it's interesting. Yeah.
Exciting
The
as well.
application, how you use it, that's always, nobody thinks further, you know, okay, this is my application, and how would people use that now? Now, and people find fantastic things out, you know, mobile phones.
Yes.
When we started off with them, we only were able to make calls.
Yes.
Look at what we're able to do now.
And then the SMS came out.
SMS came out,
Yep.
and then it's gone over into pictures and
Yeah.
videos.
MMS.
Wow, it's
Multimedia files and all sorts of
yeah,
stuff.
how it developed and where
Yeah,
we
that's
end
great.
up at the moment, and if this is going any further, wow, we have an interesting, technically speaking now.
Technically speaking, yes, it's
It's
very
interesting.
interesting.
Yes.
I just, you know, as we were saying, you know, the using your smartphone while you're walking along is just a little bit dangerous.
It's
Not only for
yeah.
yourself, but for other people.
Definitely. I mean, this is for sure something. Solution. I mean, I don't think Germany is right now. I'm making it easier, so I put the signs on the road. Then you said the other country forbidden it completely.
Yes,
no?
made it
Why?
illegal.
Made it
Why,
illegal.
why, I think. Yeah.
I think so. Which solution is the better one?
Yeah.
But at least they're taking heed of the potential problem there, you could argue.
I mean, you might as well put advertising on the pavement as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure that will come at some point.
Yeah. Just head down. Don't look up.
Yeah, don't look up.
There's nothing there. Look down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're no strangers to modern technology ourselves here, because we must remind everybody that we are actually using this new millennium's technology, courtesy of Thomas and his amazing brain, and a lot of other people's help as well. We are broadcasting to you live around the world with very modern technology. Live stream was unheard of 10, 20 years ago, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Definitely. When you see what jump it made over when I started off. I mean, I started off experimenting. This was around 2004, 2005. And then it took me quite a while until to get into the swing. And the first proper live stream I did was in 2008.
Really?
And
Okay.
that was from South Parade Beer in Portsmouth for Bad Manners. Beautiful concert.
Yeah.
We achieved it.
Oh, hold on a minute. Did you just say beautiful?
Well, Portsmouth.
I would
Portsmouth
not
is
call
beautiful.
Portsmouth's
I would-
beautiful.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't call Buster.
No, I didn't say Buster is beautiful.
No, but he's a lead.
I
He's
mean,
a
the
lead singer
concert
of.
was beautiful.
All right, okay. I was going to say
Buster was beautiful.
lead singer of Bad Manners. I wouldn't call him beautiful,
Beautiful.
to be honest.
No, I think he would be offended if you would say that to him.
Yeah, maybe.
Mind you, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Yes, I suppose it is.
Yeah,
yes.
keep it.
And one man's or woman's meat is another's poison, so, you know.
I suppose so. Yeah. True.
But no, for live streaming for sure. As you said, we're using the technology. We're really going in.
And Isn't it such a long way from the old days of the lines on the TV? That was it 600 and something lines? I can't remember now.
Oh.
This is way back.
All right.
From that day, when you have to wait about half an hour for the television set to warm up.
warm up.
Yes.
And then
right.
when it did warm up, you got all these lines like it was snowing
Well,
all
you
the
get
time.
Yeah.
And now we're sitting here in this wonderful studio in Agis Mateus on the beautiful island of Corfu, Greece. But we are able, without any funny lines, lines, or many wires indeed, to broadcast in such great quality with wonderful audio, sound quality as well, to anywhere in the world with an internet connection.
That's amazing. with the you can call it internet connection, you're right. Okay, the speed is not the best, but I streamed in worse conditions before, and we somehow always managed. But of course, now when I have the right internet speed available, there's so many other things we can do. It all depends on that one. But from the streaming technology, we made big advantage. The step forward nowadays is, and I'm just, why not more people indulge in that and use it?
Yeah.
There's really for communities, like we try to have a community station. You can spread that nicely. If every small town or every small town or cities can have their own online TV station. I mean, I proved it with Portsmouth live TV from 2009 to 2012 at work. This was just not that common. People were still scared of the technology. That was one of the reasons we struggled a little bit. People did not understand. Nowadays they understand. They know exactly what power the internet has.
Yeah. Tremendous power. And reach. Incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, very.
Yeah. I mean, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we wouldn't have imagined to sit here in Corfu and live streaming a show every night from 10 till 12. No, it's called Nightshift. So if you want to talk with us and have any questions, please call in via Skype or Facebook. StudioKerkyra is our username, or send us an email to nightshift@studiokerkyra.com. So guys, I think this with the smartphone and walking and talking and driving and cycling, it's all a little bit, some solution has to be found, and
it does.
Yeah, I would be quite interested what on government level is going on now.
Yeah.
To get into something prevention of that in place.
Do you know there's a proliferation all of a sudden for these mobile retreats? You can go along for a 1 or 2 week period somewhere, and there's absolutely no phones, no smartphones, no internet, no tablets or anything. Because I was reading some article the other day, a lady who's running one of these mobile phone retreats, she was saying that the state some people what they're in when they arrive is truly horrific. And they go for, it's a bit like coming off some substances, I should think. You'd almost go cold turkey. Yes. But at the end of the 2 weeks, I think they were very happy to go back into the world. Whether they return to their old ways with the smartphone under the pillow at night, I don't know. The other thing that I remember that people are very concerned about is lots of people using their smartphones, not just crossing the road, but late at night in bed. And I remember reading some medical article very recently, actually, that suggests that's a really bad thing to do for the body's biorhythms, sleep patterns, and everything else. So if you've got children, watch out for children and doing a sneaky under the pillow with a mobile phone.
Okay.
Good for the advice. Okay, and while you were talking, we just got another message in relating to the smartphone thing is internet, what I just said. Okay, this is Simon from UK.
Hello, Simon.
Hello, Simon.
Hello, Simon. Thanks for watching. Just a quick one about internet access on the island when you come on holiday. Do the hotels all have something? It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
absolutely
really
everywhere. And in fact, some of the public actually, I'm going to stick my neck out here and say many of the public establishments, like lovely coffee shops and tavernas and all that, generally en masse seem to have a better internet connection than many private homes here. Certainly my experience is that. I can name 2 tavernas not far from here that have got a much better internet speed and service than I have.
I mean, you see the free Wi-Fi sign everywhere, don't you?
Yeah.
It's
very good, isn't it?
It is very good,
yes.
The Wi-Fi access is very good.
And we're told...
Not so sure about the speed, but...
No, well, they're working on it. I know Cosmoteo are putting a lot of money and resources into upgrading the system, and some engineer was telling me a few months ago that they have spent shed loads of money and put everything they've got at it to try and bring Greece up into a really good state of internet. That's what he was telling me. Let's hope so. I personally think Cosmoteo offer a very good service. I'm very happy with them myself.
Yeah. But, there definitely is Wi-Fi access here.
Oh, absolutely.
And in most public places, as you say.
Yes. So don't be put off, Simon. Come on out and tweet and follow us on Facebook and all the rest of it, and even come into the studio and you can tap away your smart keys.
Smart keys. Yeah, he's just responding. He said, thank you. It's mostly for his kids when they go on holiday.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What makes sense, you know. As parents, you want to relax a little bit, so and the kids have their games, so they would play. You know that about games,
I do.
especially. So now makes sense. But now don't worry. All the big hotels here is really. I haven't seen one hotel without Wi-Fi. They have very good infrastructure within the buildings.
I was going to say
most the coffee shops.
Most tavernas and coffee shops have Wi-Fi.
And if you really did want to go off the beacon track and you wanted to deliberately be away from tavernas and Wi-Fi places, but your children still needed internet access, you can always get a dongle. Plenty of mobile phone shops sell dongles with various degrees of packages. They kind of work some places better than others, but you can get there. You can get online with a dongle.
Definitely, yeah, I had that when I arrived first on the island. We got a dongle, we loaded it, worked fine, not as fast as
No, you're not going to get that speed, but you are going to.
But it is usable, and you can.
And it's better than 56k, I'm sure.
Yeah, when everything is better than 56k. Come on, what
of course, yes. Showing my age again.
No, Simon. Thanks for writing in. Don't worry.
Thanks for the question.
They all have internet. Every coffee shop, tavernas, the area out here, especially in the village. If you come, I promise you, if you come and visit Ios Mateos on your holiday, what I think you should, look through this beautiful village. We show soon some clips about Ios Mateos. We've done some drone footage. Because we've been talking about drones.
Another good reason for the drone.
Well, yeah. Come into this village and you will be surprised. You can walk through this road and you have one Wi-Fi point after another. Every coffee shop got his Wi-Fi sorted, so you won't be without. And they are more than happy to give you the password to log in.
And you've just reminded me, Thomas, you put up on screen the other night a photograph of one of our friends here called George, who's got 1,900 videos that he has uploaded and you could download. Well, we know ourselves here that this lovely man George, he does all his uploading and downloading in the coffee shop over the road, doesn't he, Thomas?
Yeah, so if he does all his thing. So if George Diamantis is watching, hello,
Hi, George.
Hi, George.
Calispera.
We will soon show more of soon show your videos. We will integrate it a little bit because he's really doing great.
Absolutely,
every
Thomas.
Every event, everything what's happened within the village or in Corfu Down.
Yes, he goes to all these football matches, all sorts of concerts. The man's amazing.
Amazing.
It's brilliant, yeah. And there you get really a good view of village life. So, Simon, when you're on Corfu, come up to Ios Mateos. Maybe you're gonna visit us or have a lovely look around. It's really brilliant. And no problem with internet. We can promise you that one. Thank you for the question. Excellent.
Thank you.
Bomb. Okay, let's get off smartphone and let's get something more happy, more thing going. You guys know what's coming.
Do
Oh,
it's Charlie. This is a real Charlie, proper Charlie, this one.
Charlie, yeah. That's the other one. That's now the third of the litter.
Chelsea, Candice, and Charlie. So all C's.
All C's, yeah.
Well spotted there.
Well spotted, man, yeah. So his name is Charlie. He's also 12 weeks old. He is male. And he was found with the other siblings on the beach near Ipsos, if I'm not mistaken, in a cardboard box.
In a cardboard box.
So they are well looked after at the moment by the organization Corfu Care Shelters Peroladis. This is near Sidari, and they're looking for a forever home. So if anybody's watching and said, I would love to have a doggy, or are looking for one, don't go for the thoroughbreds. Everybody going, I want a thoroughbred, I want a Labrador, I want a Alsatian, I want this. No, there's so many doggies out there, well, not thoroughbreds, but fantastic companions, and one of them is Charlie, 12 weeks old, maybe a little bit more now, male. And if you're interested in giving him a home, don't hesitate. Go on to www.carecorfu.com or just give the guys a call. If you call from outside Greece, don't forget the country code of 0030. And then the mobile number is 6972 072 155. I say that quick again. It's 6972 072 155. Yeah.
Marvellous.
He's gorgeous.
So a mixed dog is called a Heinz 57.
A Heinz 57.
That's true.
That's
true.
Heard that
People
before.
call it a Heinz 57, 57 varieties. So
really?
if it's a mix of all sorts of different dogs, then that's what they call it.
Oh, fantastic. I didn't know that. Heinz 57, listen.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect brand, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a brand, but
Jing jing. We wish.
They make good beans.
Very good beans.
Yeah.
And tomato ketchup.
I tell you that in his head is just going everything past for an English breakfast. It's just going, oh. But okay, Charlie, let's see if we can find
very cute.
help for Charlie, a home for Charlie. If you have an emergency call for an animal, you need to find a home or you need assistance, don't hesitate to contact us, guys. Go to Nightshift, send an email to nightshift@studiokerkyra.com, or go onto our Facebook page, send us a message, or Skype us. Skype username is StudioKerkyra. Okay, guys, that's that.
Yeah.
And lovely he is, isn't he?
So sweet.
Yeah, I know, it's a lovely guy. Okay, that what brings us to the topic of the day, so we can talk a little bit, and because we talked about technology already, I think we just carry on a little bit.
Okay.
Yesterday we spoke about the studio. Yes, we got a lot of technology in here. We developed, we carried things forward, so did other. But the technology we want to talk today, it's technology and the consequences.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah, because life changed for technology now.
Yeah.
Dramatically. And one thing earlier this week, or yesterday, in fact, we spoke about is this nasty thing, this artificial intelligence.
Oh, yes.
Oh, gets to me.
Yeah.
Gets to me. You're not replacing what we're replacing now, the human brain with the machine. So we already have this problem. We can talk now. We already have this problem when you see it's the PC generation. Sorry, the PC generation, where they really lose the touch to reality. It's some of the reports we see. I look for. It's really bad. There's people sitting in their homes on a PC 12 to 14 hours a day.
That's ridiculous.
I have known a few.
Yeah, and some of them don't even go out. They have some in the cities. In South Korea now. I saw a couple of reports. There was a guy, I think we read through that together, Adrian. Yeah? This one guy who hasn't left his apartment for 2 years.
Yeah.
What?
For 2 years.
Not gone out
out at all for 2 years. He's just on. When you see his living room, his control center he built himself. There's around 6 screens. There's a few towers on there. Okay, he does his work on there at the same time.
Yeah.
But the rest of the time he's socializing
online.
He lives online. Everything from shopping to takeaways. He gets everything delivered. Even his clothes.
Really?
Wow.
Everything gets delivered.
He's taking a chance with the sizes on that one, isn't he?
Yeah. But
that's true.
You know what? I mean, for 2 years, sitting in your apartment and not going outside.
Well, one bad thing is no vitamin D from the sun. That's not going to do him very well, is it?
Exactly. That's a good point, because I've never seen a picture of him.
The sun is very important for vitamin D, and if you don't get vitamin D, you can get rickets and all sorts of other very nasties.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen a full body image of him. The only thing, they had a profile shot, no? And you can see, okay, he's overweight. You can spot that in the picture already. So this must be one side effect.
Yeah,
no exercise in this thing. No? But for 2 years.
Blimey. I'd rather him than me, I think.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that. No way.
I couldn't. Not to go out. Everything delivered. The cleaner came. He makes good money. I have to say that one. He makes good money. They say he's a good earner.
What does he do? Do you know?
All kind of things. Everything online related. He helps people out from order systems, and then he takes calls, internet calls in.
Okay.
So it's not just one job he has. He has several.
Okay.
So he has his fingers in a couple pies, but this is also job who bring him here a little bit, there a little bit, there a little bit. But when you put it together, end of the month, it's a nice income. And he said that he's earning around at the moment what he's doing between $5,000 and $6,000 a month.
Okay.
It's very good, isn't it?
And he only works 2 hours a day.
Blimey, good heavens, we could do with some of that. Good heavens.
Oh,
But
unbelievable,
I wouldn't want to be, as lovely as much as I love this studio. I wouldn't want to not go out in a whole two-year period. As much as I love working with you guys, I wouldn't need to put my head out the door.
But do you think that this is going to become more of a recurrence as things move forward? Are more people going to be
Possibly.
isolating themselves?
There's a danger of that, certainly, isn't there? I read something else that sticks in my head very recently, actually. Someone's calculated, how can they say for sure, it's an estimate, but they reckon, I think that was by 2030, I think it was, with the rate that AI is going on and robots and all that, there's going to be a staggering 850, I don't know how they got their figure from, 850 million people are going to be without jobs because of AI and robotics.
Because of AI?
Yeah, that's what I read the other day.
Wow.
Now, I don't know how, substantially accurate that figure is, but it does give you an indication that there is going to be a seismic shift in employment patterns, I think, because of AI and robotics. The other thing that I will say, while I remember to say it, because I think it's quite terrifying, actually, it's a line I read from a man who you've all heard of, no doubt, called Elon Musk, who I think is one of the world's greatest brains. The guy is absolutely superhuman. The man behind Telsa and the battery project in Australia and SpaceX, of course, and various other things. He said something that I think is very chilling the other day. He said that there is only somewhere between an 8 and 10% chance that mankind will survive. Wow. What he meant by that was that AI, robotics, the worst nightmare from Paul Verhoeven's fantastic RoboCop 1 film. I hated that thing. I don't know about you. That was tumbling down the stairs. I found that really horrifying. Well, it seems to me, and Mr. Musk has seemed to agree with that scenario could actually happen. Who wants killer robots?
Sorry, I thought you were going to say Terminator.
Terminator. Did I get it wrong? Yes, Terminator. No. I'm sure it's it's in RoboCop. There's this. I can't remember what the character's name is. There's a scene when I can't think of the name of the character, but he's coming down the steps and there's an error in the and
Murphy.
Yeah,
that's right.
Murphy. Well, this robot wasn't that clever because he could do all sorts of horrible things. The one thing he couldn't do was go downstairs.
Oh, that's the Ed 209.
Probably is. There you go. There we go. So, but no, Elon Musk is much more serious.
The Terminator scenario is actually scarier. Which is that artificial intelligence takes over basically all aspects of military,
government
and everything like that, and then decides that actually what it doesn't need is human beings.
Oh, so we're redundant then.
Yeah. Blimey. So then, it then goes to terminate humans.
Oh, can't they put in a cut-off switch or some, like the replicants in Blade Runner? They only had a four. Yeah, exactly. But they only had a 4-year lifespan, didn't they?
Oh, that's Blade Runner.
Yes, exactly. In Blade Runner, the replicants.
But that's the reason that they put a 4-year lifespan.
Yes.
in.
Well, can't they sort of do that now? That's what I'm saying. Can't they produce some fail-safe way?
I don't know. Interesting what we were talking about this, because we were talking about Sophia.
Oh yes, the lady robot.
The robot that has artificial intelligence that became a citizen of Saudi Arabia in October, and apparently she wants to have a family.
You said that, and we were asking how could this be, weren't we?
Yes. Well, no. I mean, she is not pre-programmed to react to anything. So she almost has her own thoughts, as it were.
Yeah. Really?
So she wants her own family. She says that family's very important. They had an interview with her. She says that family's very important, and she would like her own daughter called Sophie, she wants to call it. Her name's Sophia, and she wants to call her daughter Sophie.
And you had a witty line, it would be Sophie 2.0 or something.
Yeah, 2.0.
I thought it was quite witty. I remember.
But she's the world's first robot citizen.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
It is
developed
actually, yes.
by a company in Hong Kong called Hanson Robotics.
Okay. I wonder why she's in Saudi Arabia then.
I don't know. Maybe they can afford her.
Maybe
she's got rich
probably
taste.
right. I think.
Yeah.
But does it not? Okay. If she gets somebody to be a citizen, yeah. So does this mean that they put her into the status of human being?
Well, that's the thing. I mean,
no, seriously.
Yeah,
because
seriously.
if I'm not a thing, can't get a status as a citizen.
Yeah.
It's something for a human being.
That's
So
that was an interesting film with Robin Williams, wasn't it? Bicentennial Man.
Bicentennial Man. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, that was a interesting thought. I mean, could a robot, if it actually became self-conscious?
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's self-consciousness.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's the thing. They have that already with this artificial intelligence now. There's self-consciousness built in. I mean, if it's possible, I don't know. Probably a lot is possible nowadays.
I know there was a story about some guys that were developing artificial intelligence, and they had to switch off the project because the computer that they taught to have its own awareness started making its own language and started communicating in its own language.
Yes, I caught that.
Yeah,
and that reminds me of the computer that beat everybody at chess, didn't they, in some other game?
Oh, that's Big Blue? Big Blue? No.
What?
That
You
was
mean
the
the
one
chess one, yeah?
That was the one that beat Kasparov, wasn't it?
Kasparov.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the Big Blue beat
But
Kasparov.
that took up a whole room.
I mean, yes, the
Didn't
size,
it?
the
That
size
took up
of the
whole
thing, a whole
room.
room, just to, and now it's put into.
And now you can put it into your smartphone.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's unbelievable.
Isn't that extraordinary?
Brilliant.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
think it's
the computers now that I mean, you can fit it in your pocket. I mean, you can fit it.
But they talk about nano sizes now
Yeah,
already,
nano
from different
sizes.
things. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
ridiculous.
I think it's.
It's
Where this will
exciting.
land.
I mean, it is exciting.
Of course,
Very.
But I mean, what is the future for
what
us?
if you, yeah.
Really?
And that's really.
Are
from
we
this
going to
Sophie-
become redundant?
Yeah, definitely. If this is carrying on like that, they're trying to go this way. I don't know. You know, what is the plan? What is the bigger picture? We all don't have the bigger picture.
No. There was a symposium a few months ago, wasn't there? And I think Professor Stephen Hawking, and Elon Musk, and 3 or 4 other very eminent people in America.
Bill Gates?
Bill Gates, that's right, he was another one. All got together and wrote letters and everything. They're very concerned about AI and the proliferation of it, and no controls. There's no one. I don't know.
See, no, I mean, the thing that really does worry me is about AI is putting it into military kind of grade things. That really does kind of brings alarm bells massively.
Yeah, instantly.
Yeah.
Especially if you start losing control. I mean, like Adrian said, they for sure have a safe switch in there. Or
you'd hope so.
Prevention, you hope so. No, but if this is artificial intelligence, no, who is not telling you? After a while, they know and they disable it themselves.
Exactly.
That's a very good point.
Exactly, and get away around it.
Exactly.
And that is the scary thing. That is the really scary thing. I mean, could it become self-aware? Could artificial intelligence become self-aware, and then, even though man tries to switch it off, it makes its own way round it.
Yeah. Now I think it's the whole idea. I mean, everything we make.
Terminator's coming true.
Coming true, yeah. Right, we have to watch out for lightning, bright light somewhere, so when it landed.
and a naked bloke.
When a naked bloke, yeah, as example. Oh my God. But okay, but with everything we humans make. Yeah, Claire always says, no, man can make it, man can break it. So when man can make it, machine can change it, probably too. So that's the thing. But everything we do can be used differently. It is our decision how we use it. Do we use it to do something good, or do we use it to do something bad?
Yeah.
And nowadays it seems to me, when you look now at the news with everything, the technology is used in wars all over the world. The drones they're using as example, how accurate. Of course they develop that further. So where will it end?
I mean, looking at the robots that they're actually developing now. I mean, Honda has the famous one, doesn't it?
Oh, yes.
He walks. He's.
But that's like the beginning of the development of robotics. Robotics walking upstairs. You see them becoming humanoid. They're making them humanoid, which is, that's fine. But how far away are we from having possibly robot servants within your house doing the chores?
I think they're possible now. I'm sure there's robots in Japan that can make coffees and do the washing up for you and hoover the rooms and all that.
I know there's a robot called Pepper that they have in Japan.
And didn't one of these go up in space? I'm sure they sent one of these little robots up in space. Yeah, made by Honda, Japanese, a few months back, I think. Yeah.
Well, I know they have a home robot called Pepper.
That might be quite handy. I wouldn't mind one doing the washing up and making the odd cup of coffee. It'd be quite handy.
I quite like the idea of that. Yeah,
I do actually. Yes.
Yeah. But Pepper asks you if you've had a nice day, and
a polite Pepper. How lovely.
The families that have taken this robot into their homes to test drive them. Sorry.
Dubious line there.
Sorry. But they're test driving them.
Yeah.
They've said that actually they found it really becoming part of the family.
Ah.
And I find that quite strange. It's a machine.
Yes, of course.
A dog, a pet, is a part of the family. How can a robot become part of a family? How does that happen? How does a machine become part of the family? And they've said, actually, when they took the machines away, that they missed them.
Unbelievable. Wow, unbelievable.
I find that extraordinary.
Yeah, well, I think that the reason for that, because it looks human. It has human features.
Yeah,
it's got the head, it's got the arms, is this only a screen?
It's got a screen that smiles at you and
but
a bit like Tweety from Buck Rogers.
What is the casing? Is it human-like or is
No. It's definitely box robot-like. But
so is it? But human features.
But it has digital human.
Yeah, well,
features.
Still human features.
Yeah. So it will smile at you. It will laugh and that kind of thing.
Of course, because this is something, as soon it doesn't matter if there's a screen. I mean, I love this. I have to say this. Red Dwarf.
Oh yes.
And she what
Holly.
Holly, exactly.
Yeah.
Holly,
she was great.
I mean, of course you missed her. How many viewers? Were fans of Holly.
Yeah.
How many fans Holly had?
Which one though? Because there was two.
The first one, no?
Yeah, the first one, the bloke.
Yeah.
The
first one, the bloke.
Yeah,
exactly.
and then the second one was
an actress, so she was
an actress. Yeah.
She was brilliant. Mama both brilliant.
Yeah.
But nobody saw it as a machine. Okay, it was not a machine, it was a recording, no? Of course, but because of the human-like features, you missed her.
Yeah.
Had her own fans. And with robots nowadays, it's the same. You look at the Honda robot, it has human features. It has arms, it has a head, it has a leg. And that contributes from saying, I miss it.
Yeah.
Because it's similar to us, I think. It's similar to us. If this would look completely like the Dalek as example, we never missed that one.
Dustbin.
The dustbin. Yeah. It is, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was based on tanks. Actually, they were based upon I think German tanks.
Okay, I heard
the design.
No, really?
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, but
I know there's quite a few Doctor Who fans out there that would probably tell me off for saying that, but I'm sure it was.
Yeah, why not? Okay, just a quick one. Sorry, guys. If you want to take part in our conversation here, you have something to say, you want to correct something we said wrong, come on, send us an email, nightshift@StudioKerkyra.com, or what we would really love is for you to call in, use our Skype, talk with us live here in the studio. Username is StudioKerkyra. Hook up, take part in the conversation.
Brilliant.
That'd be great.
Would be brilliant, yeah. But back to technology and consequences. I mean, it depends how you use the technology. I come back to Greta there quickly. Technology, what we have, is geocaching. Claire is doing this village project. Yeah?
Yes.
And we all know through the village project, she integrated technology in the village. So tourists get the chance to see that. Tourists get the chance to find that. And she cleverly used the geocaching. And that, I think we have to put in another show, invite Claire in, so she can elaborate on that a little bit more.
Yes, definitely.
There is now technology, if it's used clever, you can use it to lift a little bit of your tourism.
And it worked, didn't it?
It worked, it did. Wow.
Very
wow, surprised a lot of people, I tell you that. But she went on. That's it, when you live on the virtual world, you see these things. You know,
yes, you do.
But no, we have to talk about that. The generation. Okay, the kids nowadays, they grow up knowing more than we do about technology.
Yes.
And that's one thing I want to talk what scares me. When a 10, 11, 12-year-old comes and solves you a software problem.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can say that my nephew, my great nephew.
Yeah.
That shows my age. I'm a great uncle. My great nephew, it was about 5 when he was able to just access tablets and stuff like that, and he's better at it than I am now. He's coming up to 7, be 7 next year. He's
no problem of using anything.
No problem whatsoever using technology.
They set you everything up.
But I think it's because the older generation kind of passed the technology down the line.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Yes, it is. You're right there.
Yeah, so it becomes like a second-hand tablet, which then gets passed down to the next one, like second-hand clothing. A little bit like like when you used to pass your
hand-me-downs.
Hand-me-downs,
yeah.
But you have a hand-me-down for a smartphone, or you have a hand-me-down for a tablet or a PC or anything like that, and it goes down.
And nowadays we got hand-me-downs. We got a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Or trousers.
Mm-hmm.
Or a shirt. Now they're getting tablets,
if you were lucky.
smartphones.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I know. It's all change.
It's all changes constantly.
Welcome to the 21st century.
Bit more exciting than socks, anyway, isn't it?
I suppose so, but would you hand down socks?
No, but it was very boring getting socks. I distinctly remember as Christmas present.
A Christmas present?
Yeah, it's a bit of a downer on the proceedings, I thought. I know you need them, of course, and I absolutely need them because I've got terrible holes in my socks. We won't go there at all, Wayne. No, I thought we were going to go there.
But actually, got a special pair of golf socks.
Yeah,
there's got the ones with the 18 holes in it.
Yeah. I call them his Sunday socks because they're holy.
They're holy.
Oh, witty retort. Good one. Yes, they are. Yes.
Well, that's the thing. But okay, now, so technology, consequences. There's for sure consequences, guys. More we put out to more life, like we know it. Changes. Socializing changed. That's just an effect.
Changes.
And a lot of people try, and our generation, we don't understand it totally.
No.
The young generation, for them, it's normal.
And the one thing...
the lifestyle will definitely change. As will go. Look, most of... They are up until 3, 4, 5 in the morning. There's so many now who live through the night and not through the day, who make their business through night and not during the day. That's a shift. Now with the kids there will be a bigger shift. Every generation will have more and more. Well, end of the day, the internet is open 24/7.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's always something going on. That's the thing. And the biggest on the internet at the moment, now this is something you love, man, yeah? I know exactly what I think. But the biggest at the moment on the internet is gaming.
Oh yes,
it's
definitely.
Huge.
That is massive. It is massive, actually. I'm not quite sure about the numbers about how much revenue it brings in.
No, but I can tell you that some expert said about a week ago that in his opinion, this was in the Financial Times in London, in his opinion, the worldwide market for e-sports...
Oh, EA Sports.
EA Sports.
No.
Oh, no, eSports.
Esports was going very shortly to be bigger than the entire market for soccer.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Now, that really made my eyes and ears prick up. But that's what they're saying.
That's the one you spoke about with me, where I said this is
Yes.
all the football. It will go
That's
away from
right.
the stadiums. This is all going online.
That's right. In Korea, it's an enormous thing. It's absolutely, they have so many tournaments and competitions, but it's heavily subscribed, and it's definitely an enormous growth industry, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
I take it you're a bit of an avid gamer yourself then, Wayne, are you?
I'm a gamer, but probably not the sort of games that most people play. I'm more of a strategist.
Oh, that's right. You were going on about Sweden going into Russia and Hong Kong going somewhere else. I can't remember.
yeah,
There wasn't Hong Kong, no.
But yes, I mean the games that you're talking about, the e-games.
E-games. E-sports.
Esports, yes. They're huge. I know that some of the actual players of those games earn millions.
They do, yes,
They
and
earn
they're
absolute
young. I mean,
millions,
22. This guy is 22. He's the world leading whatever, and he's earned a fortune.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary.
But they spend about a good 12 hours a day actually practicing upon the game that they play.
Absolutely.
And they usually, funnily enough, they have team houses. So for instance, what's the name of the game? I can't remember the name.
I know exactly what you mean.
know
I
what I
can't
mean.
remember. Yeah, it's
Legends of. See,
I know.
showing my age.
Yeah.
Showing my
Yeah, I
age.
know
a
you're
lot.
dragging me with you.
But
I know what you
a
mean.
whole
yeah.
team. So there'll be like let's say 6 in a team. They'll spend the entire time in a house together training for tournaments.
Tournaments,
Yeah.
Ah, all right. Okay.
But they'll spend like 12 hours a day just training, just playing, just getting those stats up all the time. It's extraordinary. It is extraordinary, and as you say, there is a huge market for it, and it's going up.
Yeah, and it's very competitive.
It's very competitive.
Very competitive, and when you see the layouts for the events, unbelievable how much money just on a set is going.
But it's becoming one of the biggest spectator sports.
That's right.
As
Yes.
well.
Yeah, because it's easy to watch. Of course it is.
Yeah.
It's easy to watch. I don't have to run home and sit on my telly to watch that. I can sit anywhere on my tablet, on my smartphone, plug the earphones in, and I'm off.
Yep.
That's the beauty. That's the thing. It's, you log on, you're there, you can play, you can watch. Ma, quick one thing. Jamie, quick. What do you prefer more? Play console or online PC gaming? Console. See, it's like me, I prefer more the console more the.
Yeah, I prefer PC.
And you are the PC man, aren't you?
I do. Yeah, I prefer PC.
Just to let everybody know, we have more people helping us out on the show, of course. And next to me is Jamie Jones. He's doing the live graphics and he's doing a fantastic job. Thank you, Jamie. And okay, guys. Jamie, me, we like more the consoles. You more onto the PC
I'm more
games.
of a PC player. Yeah.
Speaking as a non-gamer, Tarisai guys, what would you both say is the fundamental difference between playing a game on a console and playing with a PC?
The console is obviously it's dedicated to gaming, and I think the variety on a PC is actually more than the console. Because you find more.
Yeah.
I'm more of a strategy game player, which you find more on a PC than you will on a console.
I can kind of see.
Consoles you tend to get more driving, third-person shoot'ems or first-person shoot'ems, and
adventure is good.
Adventure
on console,
kind of games, whereas the
mystery
PC
games, puzzle games, and that is for sure.
Can I suggest, guys, that perhaps we, on another future edition of Nightshift, broadcasting live from Corfu, we actually dedicate the special subject that we do now on gaming, because it's actually quite a big subject, and I think we could probably return to this another time. I'd actually quite like to, because I think of a few questions I'd like to ask, and maybe make another couple of points, but research, I think.
Okay, cool.
Okay, guys, I think we leave it today by that one. So is technology and its consequences. If you have any questions, you want to take part in our conversation, or you have a comment after the show, please write to nightshift@StudioKerkyra.com. Go online, send us a message through Facebook, or send us a message or even call us live in the show
Yeah,
through
that'd be
Skype. Username is StudioKerkyra. Is that all right?
Yeah, lovely.
Brilliant. So let's go on to the last sequence of our show today, and that's the beautiful what's on this beautiful island on Corfu
yes.
on events. And where do we take? Here we go. Is the first.
Rita Antonopoulou.
Rita Antonopoulou, yes.
Yes.
Meets
well
Theodoris Oikonomou.
Yeah.
the
Oh, I'm glad you
Seven
said
Arts.
that. I always struggle with the name of the pianist, I'm afraid.
I know, I know, but it's not easier for me either. Don't worry, man. But that's on at the Seven Arts Center,
Yep.
Saturday the 2nd of December, 10 o'clock. Yeah, 10
Yep.
o'clock, and Rita Antonopoulou is at the most important moment of her career. She meets the great pianist Theodoris Oikonomou, one of the most acclaimed young Greek composers and theatrical and cinematic music composers.
Amazing.
It's a beautiful musical partnership, so if you got time, go Saturday 2nd of December, it starts 10 o'clock at night, and is at the Seven Arts venue.
Yeah.
Beautiful venue. We say this
Amazing.
every evening. It's fantastic. Okay, sorry man, I just said today I give you a helping hand with the name.
Thank you.
So
I appreciate it.
yeah,
I do
know.
appreciate it, you know.
Yeah, we're a team, aren't we? Okay,
Fab.
take it away, whatever next.
Okay, so 4th of December at the Municipal Theatre
Yeah.
is Santa in the Never Never.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it's a fairy tale for children and adults. I believe it's to do with Peter Pan,
Yeah.
Hence the Never Never.
Oh,
Right.
hence
nice.
Never Never. And it's from the Fuego Art Dance School.
Maria Daka.
Yes,
Oh,
directed by
fantastic.
Maria Chaka.
Yes.
And it's on Monday the 4th.
Monday the 4th. Oh,
Monday
where
the
to
4th.
go and see?
Yep.
Yep.
Monday the 4th at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay. It's on the 8th, which that's Friday the 8th at 7 o'clock and 9:15.
Okay.
Okay. And then it's on again on the Saturday at 8 o'clock.
Oh, fantastic. So there's 4 performances.
Oh, sorry.
3
No,
days or
6 o'clock. Sorry.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. I was getting my 1800 mixed up with my 8 o'clock.
Easy done.
Naughty.
Oh, it's alright. Now we're gonna fix some graphic for tomorrow to get this another good plug.
Yep.
And see, it's for sure Maria Daka, very good
Yeah.
dance. and
Tickets are only
choreography.
€5 as well.
Oh,
Tickets
that's a
€5.
good one.
That's a good one.
That's good. But there's a
And-
lovely festive kind of feel to that.
Exactly, and it's all about Christmas now. So, hey, Bob. Another thing what is coming up, and that's the jam night sessions. There's 2 more things.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, there's the jam night sessions. Should I just carry on?
Yeah. Go on.
Jam night sessions, the original jam night. Everyone and every kind of music every Friday from 9 p.m. And this is at Katsaros Pool Bar in Sitari. Yesterday I made a mistake on the telephone number. I forgot a 1. So if you tried this number and there's an old Greek lady picking up, I'm so sorry. But, okay, here's the telephone number again. If you have any questions or you want to reserve a table, it's 26630 99411. Okay, that's that one.
I thought yesterday you missed the one out.
Yeah, I missed
I didn't
the
like
one
to
out.
say.
So somebody phoned this number. There's an old Greek lady picking up, and I said, "Oh, what's going on?"
Jam?
Jam,
Yeah,
jam. Yeah, I got some jam.
I got some jam.
But okay, and the other one, it's a good one. The other one is a good one, and this is our event in
Yeah.
Silverland, and that's
Yeah.
on Sunday, the 3rd of December.
Yes, 11:30 in the morning, and
Yeah.
it's free admission. So that's a really good one
Fantastic.
for the family. Really good.
Yeah.
Santa's going to be there.
Hey.
Santa gets around actually this time of year,
He
doesn't
does, doesn't he?
He's
Very
a very
busy
busy,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
Santa's there, and they've got a DJ as
A
well.
DJ.
And,
I think Uncle Adrian is taking us to a Santa thing.
Is he?
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
about that.
Oh,
I mean, 11 o'clock we have to be there.
That's going to be tricky.
and there's a lottery ticket draw as well,
It's a lottery ticket,
and
no?
pony rides and all sorts of
Pony
things. So
rides.
it's going to be lovely.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
like a
can
really
see
good
this-
day.
Fabulous.
Yeah, Santa Claus with many presents. Wow.
Yeah.
Lottery tickets, yeah, there's pony rides
Yep.
and roast lamb.
Does it say roast lamb?
Oh, roast lamb.
Oh, that made his ears prick up.
Yeah, they did.
That made his ears prick up.
Roast lamb.
Food again.
Food again. But that got you, huh? That woke you up.
It did.
Saturday, 11 o'clock.
Quite true.
But roast lamb is the only time it's not there at 11, it's there at 10:30. And it's not. Where on the island is it? Is it far away from Ios Mateus?
Oh no, it's southwest of Corfu.
Yeah.
I did have it.
It's in the middle of the island, isn't it?
Yeah, Kothaniki.
Kofaniki?
Yeah, sorry.
No.
Yeah, I think I know that sign.
Yeah.
I saw that
Sorry,
sign. I couldn't pronounce it either.
Yeah.
But I think it's more central Corfu, so it's not that far to drive.
Yeah. It's not far from Corfu town. No.
I see, that would be maybe a nice trip. Okay, now let's see what we can do. And I think we are coming slowly to the end. To the whole show. Any more events? Did we forget anything?
No, I think that was it.
Really?
Apart from fight night.
Apart from fight night tomorrow. We plug this tomorrow again.
Yeah.
You wanna plug this fight night now? It's the 1st of December, isn't it? In a few minutes. We don't know. It's already now. So we plug this tomorrow.
It's 1st of December. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas. We plug them tomorrow and we see. So I'm, to be honest, hello, here we are. No, I had a fantastic time this evening. So it's the 1st of December. Boom, the clocks just switched over. Fantastic. What a beautiful show. Thank you guys.
Thank
brilliant.
you.
Thank you everybody out there who sent us the questions in. And Simon from Richard, and many more. Tim with his sticks. Thank you very, very much. If you have any more questions, we're back tomorrow from 10 o'clock again, usual time. Any questions, send us an email to nightshift@StudioKerkyra.com or log on to the Facebook, send us a message, or log on to our StudioKerkyra Skype account and talk with us live here in the studio. But for me at the moment, thank you very much for watching and looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.
Yes, it's been wonderful to be here again, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow night. And best of wishes, take care, and Kalanikta.
And it's a good night from me. Keep on smiling, everyone. Good night.
Kalanikta.
Kalanikta.